everyone from Curry Senior Vitality. This is Josie from Community Tech Network. And in this lesson, we're going to look at online news. So in this first section, we're going to look at the Apple News app. And the Apple News app is already on your iPad. You don't need to install it. Just find it on your home screen. So it looks like this, kind of a red N. And when I open it up, I will come into the app here and let's just take a look at how to navigate this app. So first off, you'll see on the left side panel, currently we are in the Today section. So this is just top stories. And to give a little context, what Apple News does is it pulls news stories from a variety of different sources. So Apple is not writing these news stories, they're just sort of collecting them in one place. So as I start to take a look at these articles today, there's one from The Hill, from Reuters, USA Today, CNN, so articles from multiple sources. And if I scroll down and find something I want to read, like this one, let's say, notice it was from 46 minutes ago. And if I just tap on it, that will open up the article and I can go ahead and read it. Notice I am seeing ads, so just try to ignore ads, don't touch on them. And finally, at the bottom of the article, I'm seeing a selection of articles from the same source, The Hollywood Reporter. So if you wanted to read more pieces by the same Hollywood Reporter, you could just continue to tap on the next article you want to read. What you can also do is if you really like this news source, there's an option here to follow them. And if you're asked about notifications, that's your choice. If you want to be notified about news stories from this source, you can turn on. Otherwise, I'll say not now. So that's reading the article. Notice too at the top, the AA button, you can just change the size. So that's the large size font, or just the standard size is a little bit smaller. I can also tap the three dots here for some other options to share story, copy the link, save the story. So that's really helpful if you find an article you want to read later, you just don't have time for it now, or maybe you read it and you just really liked it. Saving it's a good option. If you want to see more articles like this one, you can tap the Suggest More button. Same thing with Suggest Less, and that's just a way of telling Apple News that you like this kind of article or you don't. Okay. And besides saving the article or saving the story here, you can also do that by tapping on the little bookmark icon there. So when it's white, that means you've saved the story. And from here, if I want to get back to the main page, I can press this back arrow and continue to read. There's a section of trending stories, conversation starters. So all kinds of fun things to explore here. One thing to be aware of, though, is not all of these articles are free. So if you see anything marked with this Apple News Plus, you actually cannot read that for free. So it says here you need to unlock this story with a free trial of Apple News Plus, which is $9.99 a month. There's a free trial period you can try. But otherwise, I just ignore those articles and focus on the ones that are free. So again, you're just looking for this. Apple News Plus tells you you don't have free access to it. Okay, what else you can do is use this left side panel to help navigate the app. And by the way, if you want to hide this left side panel, you can press that icon. So this just gives you a bit of a fuller view. And then to open it up again, it's just the same icon up in the top left corner. And like I said, we're in the Today section right now. The News Plus is limited, so you have to have that Apple News Plus subscription. Shared with you is helpful if anyone shared an Apple News story with you in the past. It will show up here. Here's my saved stories. My history. So if you just remember, oh, last week I read some article, you can find it again in your history. And then below that, at certain times, you'll see special coverage. So right now there's a special section on election 2022. Below that, we have channels and topics. So a little bit earlier, I followed The Hollywood Reporter. So that's in the list, but you can definitely go through and add multiple channels and topics. And also these little arrows on the right side will just hide or show titles underneath that section. Suggested by Siri. So these are different topics and news sources, and you'll see to the right of each one there's a plus sign. So if I am interested in politics, I might press this plus sign. At the bottom, there's a place to manage your notifications, manage subscriptions, but Discover Channels is where you can go to add to that list of channels and topics that you follow. So there's a whole list here they'll give you, and if any of these stick out to you, you can just tap on the plus sign. So I'll add San Francisco, and scroll down, let's say NPR, Bay Area, whatever sticks out to you. And once you've selected what you want to, you can go ahead and press done. And you'll see now that all of those topics and channels are showing up in my list here. So if I come in and I just want to see things related to San Francisco, I can just tap on that. And now over on the right side here, this will be news just somehow related to San Francisco. Again, though, I'm just sort of keeping in mind that anything with Apple News Plus, I cannot read. But quite a bit is available for free. If you ever change your mind about what you want included in your list, you can tap Edit. And then let's say I'm not interested in the Hollywood Reporter anymore. I'll tap the minus and unfollow. So a lot of ways you can customize this app based on your interests. And then I'll press done to say I'm finished editing. So that's kind of the basics of this app. There is a search bar here if you want to look up a specific topic. Let's say earthquake, as an example. And then you'll get stories related to that. And again, under each story, it shows how recent this is. So 3 hours ago, 7 hours ago. In some cases, there are also video news stories. So if you see a play sign like that, that's a video news story, which I could just tap on and press the play button to start watching that.
Tonight, we're seeing the scope of the devastation from that deadly underwater vault.
And besides the app itself, you can also get a widget of Apple News on your home screen if you'd like. So I have that here just kind of showing top stories, and that updates in real time. Again, Apple Plus News is here, but if you want to get a widget like this on your iPad, you would just tap and hold on the background until they start to shake like that. Tap the plus sign. And within all of these widget options, you can scroll down and look for news. And you can choose several different sizes. So there's the little small one. You can kind of pick how you want it to look. And then press Add Widget. I'm not going to do that since I already have it. So that's it for Apple News. Again, the app looks like this. It's already installed on your iPad, and it has a combination or a collection of news sources from a variety of sources. So you can always browse the Today page. You can also customize your channels and topics that you follow by coming down here to Discover Channels. You can search at the top. And again, if you find something you want to read, just open it up. You can press the little bookmark here to save it into your saved stories. And that's kind of it. And again, the 3 dots will give you options. So if you find an article, you might want to share it through email or messages or however you want to share it. So I hope this was helpful. In the next video, we'll get into other news sources besides Apple News. This is a really good starting place since it's already on your iPad. Thanks for watching.